Hey,
Push, man, push.
hey! Push it real good.
Come on, keep turning because he needs your help. Keep turning a little bit faster.
See why you need.
A little bit faster, come on, you can do it. Come on, a little bit faster. Yeah, there you go. A little bit faster.
Oh yeah.
You can do it. Several times. This is the leftover.
Burnt sugar, right?
Yeah. You want more? You want? Yeah.
I won't volunteer a second for this one.
You can. In order to put in the label the word Dominican, it needs to be at least 1 year in the barrel. Otherwise, you cannot put the word Dominican in the label. We sell rum younger than a year. We age 3 months minimum in this country. But they cannot put the word Dominican on it. It has to be at least a year so you can put the word Dominican. This is our stamp of quality that we use in this country. In order the rum to, if they have the word Dominican, it has to be at least aged 1 year. Okay. Rum. This rum is between 1 and 3 years old.
Yeah. So I was like, let me get them. Yeah. There you go.
You
Gracias.
have to give me your name.
Okay, yeah. Philly Dom.
I want to look for that video.
Okay, you will. When I put it up, I'm trying to.
From sugarcane, but sugarcane is not originally from here, from America or from the Caribbean. It came from Africa, and it was brought here in the second trip of Christopher Columbus in 1493. A really fun fact is that it was Columbus' mother-in-law that suggested him that he should bring this to this region. She said, Chris, listen, over there is very hot, so this will grow very easily. So, thanks to this mother-in-law, we are drinking rum. So you can see, not all mother-in-law are bad. Thanks to this one, we are drinking rum. But it was not brought for the purpose of making rum. It was brought for the purpose of making sugar. This is why the first sugarcane field, or cañaveral, was planted here in 1501. The hard work of these plantations was very, very difficult for the Taínos, who were the locals here. That's why the Spaniards decided to bring slaves from Africa to help them. Ironically, it was these Africans that started fermenting the sugarcane juice into a sugarcane wine. After a hard day of work, the Spanish saw that these people were getting drunk with this sugarcane wine. Okay, that has around 20% of alcohol. But the taste of this sugarcane wine or mosto is very hard taste. It tastes like vinegar, but it has alcohol. Anyway, so I will explain later how the Europeans decided to experiment with this that the Africans were fermenting. Okay, so first of all, the name. Where does it come from? The name comes from Barbados. Even though it is believed here in La Española, they were doing this new liquor before any other colony. The Spaniards, Barbados, which was an English colony, the King of England said, "Okay, if you guys are gonna start commercializing this new liquor, and you're gonna put it a name to register it, and in order to pay tax, of course." So the first name they gave it was Kill Devil, Mata Diablo. But the church was against this name. The second name they gave it was Tafia, an African name, but it was not popular either. The name that stick at the moment that was very popular was Rombullion, as you can see here. Rombullion, it is an old English word that means mess. Every time people drink this, a mess will go on. So at the end, it was just shortened to rum in the decade of 1660s. Rum is the oldest commercial alcohol beverage of America. Even though Incas and Mayas were producing alcohol, it was not for commercial purpose, it was for their own consumption. That's why a phenomenon occurred in the 17th century. It was called the Triangle of Rum, in which we received leather from North America and slaves from Africa via Europe in exchange of barrels of rum. Okay, rum is our national drink here in Dominican Republic and in the majority of islands of the Caribbean and Central America. Here in my left, on your right, are objects that, can you take this from here?
Yes, sir.
Sorry. Are objects that are used for the cutting and plantation of the sugarcane. Okay. Here you have machete, asada, you have a yoke for the oxen. This is a typical share for the sugarcane fields. This is for the manure, a colamacuto, and a typical sugarcane worker hat. Okay? All these objects come from the 17th and 18th century. So after sugarcane is cut, it is transported in a sugarcane vehicle, or carreta in Spanish, in order to be milled. Can you come this way, please? Come on, come this way.
Yeah, there's no problem.
Yeah. Come. So, after the sugarcane is cut, it is milled or squeezed in a machine that is called trapiche. The new trapiche, the first trapiche of the New World, was made here in La Española, in the center of the island, in La Vega Real, in 1516. Okay, it's a picture of Ignacio. Ignacio was 93 years old in that picture. I hope he's still alive. He does what is called melao. From the melao, you can produce sugar. How does the melao work? After you squeeze the sugarcane juice, the guarapo, you will filter it, and then you will boil it. Okay, this is our oldest object of the museum from the 16th century. After you boil the sugarcane juice, you obtain a sugarcane honey. You let it dry, okay, and then you smash it, and this is sugar. Okay. After you boil several times, you can obtain different qualities of sugar. After you boil it at least 3 times, you have a leftover that is called the molasses. Okay. This is the molasses. Okay. This is the main material for producing rum. More than 85% of the rum families of the world will produce rum from the molasses. The other 15% they produce rum that's called agricultural rum, which is fermentation and distillation directly from the juice. I will explain later how that works. First of all, this is the molasses. The molasses, as you can see, is very thick, very dark. They use it to feed animals. They use it also to do house remedies for flu, and they also, women use it in the hair to straighten the hair. Also, it has a lot of uses, but the main one is rum. You will put some mineral water on it, some yeast, and then you will let it ferment it. On those days, after 5 days, you will have the sugarcane wine. Okay, and the sugarcane wine, as I said, they will let it rest in recipients like this for 5 days. And after 5 days, you will take the mosto or sugarcane wine. As I said before, this has around between 15 and 20% of alcohol. Okay, but the flavor is very hard. Come this way. So the Spaniards decided, okay, let's work with this, because this has alcohol, it's cool, yeah, but it tastes really strong. It tastes like vinegar. So they decided to use this thing that they inherited from the Arabs. It's called the still, alambique in Spanish. The still was used for perfume distillation on those days. So from here, how does it work? Okay, after you boil sugarcane wine that has around 20% of alcohol, the alcohol will evaporate before water. It will pass through these tubes making it in gas, right? Making it condensate again, and then you will have alcohol pure. We can control times. We can obtain alcohol pure between 85 and 95% of pure alcohol. Okay. You can extract the alcohol from the sugarcane wine. This is alcohol. This tastes like alcohol. It doesn't taste as strong as the sugarcane wine. So the Spaniards said, okay, we can work with this. We can put some water and we can drink this. Okay. For us in Dominican Republic, this is just sugarcane alcohol. In other countries, like in South America, they call it aguardiente. Some countries, some other countries call it cachaça, like Brazil. But for us, it's just sugarcane alcohol. When does it become rum? When the barrel enters the equation. Okay, this was discovered by chance. They don't know who came up with the idea. They do know that in those times there was a lot of production and they didn't know where to storage it. So someone occurred, okay, we have a lot of wine barrels that were left over from the trip from Europe here. They drank all the wine on the way. So they said, okay, let's put it inside here, let's store it here. After a while, they saw that the color changed, the smell was better, and of course, the taste. Cheers, everybody, again.
Cheers.
Yes.
I like my job, it's very good. Anyway, people, here in Dominican Republic, by Dominican law, okay, in order to put in the label the word Dominican, it needs to be at least 1 year in the barrel. Otherwise, you cannot put the word Dominican in the label. We sell rum younger than a year. We age 3 months minimum in this country. Mm-hmm. But they cannot put the word Dominican on it. It has to be at least a year so you can put the word Dominican. This is our stamp of quality that we use in this country. In order the rum to, if they have the word Dominican, it has to be at least aged 1 year. Okay.
Push it real good.
Come on, keep turning because he needs your help. Keep turning a little bit faster.
What you need.
A little bit faster, come on, you can do it. Come on, a little bit faster.
This thing's squirt.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. A little bit faster,
Oh yeah.
You can do it. There you go. Whoa, watch out.
Alright, too much pushing.
It's okay, that's enough. Thank you guys.
Oh,
Very good, very good. Okay. You can leave it there, it's okay. As you can see, I just want to do a demonstration of how a sugarcane mill worked on those days. This was a house trapiche. Really, house. Did you say house? Yes. People that had money will have their own trapiche and they will produce their own rum and their own sugarcane juice, of course. As you can see, he was squeezing it and he was coming this way in order to pass here and come here. And then you will obtain, as you can see, sugarcane juice. But I will make you taste one that is not, one is already filtered, because that has a lot of, you go. This is sugarcane juice, only juice.
Okay, so that's.
You can bring it to the, you can give it to
Prueba, es jugo de caña. Jugo de caña.
You also?
Thank you, sir.
¿Le gusta? ¿Nieto quiere también? ¿Nieto quiere?
Is it alcohol? There's no alcohol in here.
No.
It's just sugarcane juice.
¿Quiere todo?
Well, it's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Gracias.
¿Vas a tomar todo?
That was good. I'll take another little. I'll take a little bit more. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like this?
That's kind of all right.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
If you want more, it's more here.
You guys are missing out. It's good.
Ahora esto es para nada, ¿verdad? Quiero que te hagas so sweet. Do you want me to film you?
Thank you guys. Okay guys, so after you
I'm gonna cook right now.
After you obtain the sugarcane juice, okay, you will then you can do the fermentation. Can you close the door, please? So the oxen cannot disturb. Thank you. So after you obtain the sugar, thank you. After you obtain the sugarcane juice, you can do the fermentation and distillation directly from the juice. This is called agricultural rum. It's very famous and very popular in the French Antilles, here in the Caribbean. Here in this country, only the brand Barceló does agricultural rum. All the other brands, more than 80% of the whole population that does rum, they will use the molasses. Today for you guys, so you can. Oops, sorry. So you can try a little bit. Who wants to try? Want to try?
So,
We need to put that.
that's what mill or whatever. Is it turned by a human or?
This one was turned by human in the houses because it's
Small.
small. But the most popular
How's it
one
taste?
was the one that use animals.
Tastes like molasses.
What is that supposed to taste like? Oh,
Especially
brown
goats,
sugar.
okay.
goats and donkeys.
Oh, okay.
You want to
Bitter.
taste this?
Yeah, sure.
It's like a very bitter brown sugar.
Thank you.
You want more? It's like a little bit sweet
I'll
and
taste
sour.
it. There you go.
Who else wants to taste? You want to taste?
I'll try. You see me? You see me?
Yeah.
It's sweet and like it.
I'll take the spoon too.
Yeah. Just put it in your mouth with a spoon.
Is it good? Is it good?
Right, it tastes like molasses.
It tastes like molasses.
Oh, sure. I like the drinking of the sugar cane.
So this
You don't like it?
So this is fermented.
This is when you boil
Boil it.
the sugar cane several times. This is the leftover.
Burnt sugar, right?
Yeah. You want more? You want? Yeah.
I'm gonna volunteer a second for this one.
Can you wrap it in the napkin?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I did that.
Put it here, please. Thank you. Okay. Me some water and some yeast in order to obtain the sugarcane wine. Okay, after this, the fermentation process. This is sugarcane wine. Okay. It changed the color from dark, it went to this color, and it smells really strong. You can smell it. It smells like feet. This has around 20% of alcohol. This was the slaves, the Africans were getting drunk with this, okay? But the Spanish didn't like the taste.
Oh man!
This is strong.
Oh!
And you did it twice.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Would you like a drink?
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It smells wine.
Smell like feet.
Smells like fish. For me, it smells like fish. Anyway, so after you obtain the sugarcane wine, okay, then when you go in the distillation process, on those days they will use the still, as you can see here in this wall, the still. From the distillation process, you can extract the alcohol. Okay, from this you can obtain this is alcohol, ethanol, between 95%. It smells like alcohol. It's not so different taste. This is the same alcohol that you will find in pharmacies. It's used for medical purposes as well. The only thing that the one in pharmacies will have another ingredient that will make you throw up immediately if you drink it, so you cannot get drunk with pharmacy alcohol, of course.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. Anyway, so this will have 95, between 85 and 95%. We will dilute it to 70% in order to put it in the barrel so the aging process starts. Okay, still need the alcohol to be strong and to be that by 70% it is proof that it's the perfect percentage of alcohol in order to take the properties of the wood. So after 3 months we will obtain rum. Not Dominican rum yet, just rum because
It's gonna be a year.
so this is alcohol at 70%, rum at 70%. There is no minimum or no maximum percentage of rum limitation allowed. So we can sell rum at 70 and 80%. There's no limitation in Dominican law. But of course, there's a limitation on the minimum percentage of rum. The minimum percentage of rum that can be in a rum bottle is 37. That's why we will dilute this into 37. More you dilute it, more bottles you can get. Water is cheaper.
You didn't take the hat.
Yeah, I forgot to take. I forgot.
Your new red ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was just a joke. Anyway, so after you obtain this, then you will go into the blending. Okay, the blending process. This is the process in which all the rum master of that family will get together in a room and start mixing a lot of rum without any control. So it was getting really out of control. People were dying, there was a lot of fight going on. This was in the 17th century. We were still Spanish colony. We are not Spanish anymore. We are different now. We are different nations, still not Dominican, but we know we are not Spanish. At least we know we are not Spanish. So, as you can see, rum is part of our identity as a new nation. It's not only a drink for parties, it's also part of our identity as a new nation, soon to be Dominicans. Okay, it's a really important fact. And finally, rum, as you can see, is a mixture of cultures. It came from Asia. It was brought here by Europeans. It was fermented by Africans. It was distillated in an Arab machine. And finally, all of this put together for something we call rum.
The alcoholics in the corner.
You already drink it?
Yeah, cause I didn't know. I thought it was
I need to explain.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
He only did it to hurry you up.
That's how you get a re-up. Yeah. And I'm about to say something crazy.
This is the square they be talking about right
Yeah, this is a big square right here. They gonna go hard today, yo. Monday? Oh, they about to burn this joint down on Monday. The curfew is up. Oh, they about to turn all the way up.